All right, if you're a data analyst, I bet your world is just buzzing with talk about AI, right? But what does all that actually mean for you, for your day-to-day work? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut through the noise, demystify the key types of AI, and show you exactly how they're about to change your career. Have you ever been in a meeting where people are throwing around terms like generative AI or agent AI, and you're just kind of nodding along? Hey, you are not alone. It's so easy to feel comfortable in our world of SQL and dashboards, but this whole new wave of AI, it can feel, a little intimidating. And let's be honest, AI isn't some quiet visitor anymore. I love this quote. It says, "It's not just knocking, it's practically barging in." So really the question isn't if we're going to use it, it's how. And to figure that out, we first have to understand what we're dealing with. So let's break down the three key types you really need to know. First up, we've got conversational AI. For our purposes, let's call this one the talker. This is really the friendly face of AI, the part that's designed specifically to understand us and chat with us in our own language. At its core, conversational AI is all about, well, natural language. It's the engine behind all those chatbots and voice assistants we use every single day. Its whole job is to understand what we say or type and then talk back in a way that feels, well, human. So its real superpower? Handling questions. That's why it is such a perfect fit for things like customer support or FAQ bots. Basically, it's brilliant anywhere you need a straight answer to a straight question from a system. Okay, and this is where it gets really exciting for you as an analyst. Just imagine building a tool where your colleagues can skip the complex dashboard and just ask a question like this. All of a sudden, your amazing insights aren't just for the data-savvy folks anymore. They're for everyone. Okay, next up, we're moving from talking to taking action with Agent AI. So if conversational AI is the talker, you can absolutely think of this one as the doer. It doesn't just respond, it actually does things. This is a pretty big step up. See, Agent AI doesn't just sit around waiting for questions. It's built to perform tasks. It can plug into your other systems and actively manage workflows, basically acting like your own autonomous assistant. The real magic word here is autonomy. It doesn't always need you to tell it what to do. It can operate on its own, based on rules or triggers you set up. Yeah, it might have a chatty front end, but make no mistake, its core purpose is always to take action. Just picture this for a second. Instead of you having to manually check that data pipeline every single morning, an AI agent does it for you. It spots an anomaly, it writes the report, and it emails the right stakeholders. It becomes this proactive teammate, and you're no longer the bottleneck, you're free. Okay, and that brings us to the big one, the one you've probably heard about the most, generative AI. And it's pretty clear what we should call this one the creator. Just like the name says, this AI generates things that just didn't exist a second ago. It's not just reading data, it's literally creating new stuff out of thin air, a paragraph of text, a wild image, even a whole chunk of code. I'm sure you recognize some of these names. The GPT models that power ChatGPT, they generate text. DALL-E does the exact same thing for images. And tools like Copilot show how that same creator engine can be used to write actual functional code. The basic idea is always the same. You give it a prompt, it creates something new. For an analyst, this is an absolute game changer. I mean, just think about it. You describe the data you need in plain English and have it generate the SQL for you. You finish a dashboard and just ask it to write the documentation. This isn't just about being faster, it's about changing where you spend your brain power. Less on getting the syntax just right and more on what really matters, asking those brilliant questions. All right, so let's do a quick recap here. It really breaks down like this. You've got conversational AI, the talker, which makes data easy for anyone to access via chat. Then you've got agent AI, the doer, which automates all that routine reporting and alerting. And finally, generative AI, the creator, which is your partner for writing SQL and documenting your insights. Three totally different but super powerful tools for your toolkit. Okay, so we've got the what. Now let's get to the really important part, the so what. Why does any of this actually matter for your job? Let's talk about the real-world impact. First off, making data accessible. You know better than anyone that not everybody loves staring at dashboards, right? But pretty much everyone is comfortable asking a question. Conversational AI lets you be the person who builds that bridge, making your work way more impactful. Next up, automating the grunt work. Think about all that time you spend on the repetitive stuff. data refreshes, the same old weekly reports, sending out alerts. Now imagine handing all of that over to an AI agent. This frees you up to focus on the deep, strategic thinking that only you can do. And finally, supercharging your creativity. Seriously, ever get stuck on the best way to visualize a really tricky dataset or how to explain your findings in a way that really clicks with people? Use generative AI as your brainstorming buddy. It's an incredible tool for boosting your creativity and how you communicate. Okay, I get it. This can all sound like a lot. But listen, you don't have to become some AI wizard overnight. The real key is just to start small and stay curious. Let's look at a few practical first steps you can take right now. So here's a simple little roadmap to get you going. Start by just exploring. Ask ChatGPT to write a SQL query for you. Then maybe try integrating a tool you already use, like Copilot inside Power BI. From there, you could look into customizing solutions or even predicting outcomes with AutoML. Look, the goal here isn't to master everything in a week. It's just about taking that very first step. Just dip your toes in. And this really brings us to the most crucial point of all. It's easy to look at all this technology and feel a little uncertain. But the right perspective, the powerful perspective, is to see AI not as a replacement, but as a massive force for elevation. It's a tool that's here to make us faster, smarter, and way more impactful in our roles. So I'll just leave you with this question. The technology is here, and it is evolving faster than any of us can keep up with. The only thing you can really control is how you react to it. So, how will you choose to let AI become your assistant and not your competition?